Hello, I'm Kristin with the Rogers Public Library, and this week for Quilled Creations, we will be making a sheep. So, in your craft packet, you will have 2 strips of white, 2 strips of black, and 2 little googly eyes. And I'll show you how to make them. So to begin, we'll take one of our strips of black and cut it in half. And then we're going to slip one of those strips through the little slot on our quilling tool and roll it up into a circle. Once it's all rolled up, we can let it go, remove it from our tool, and then this will be the sheep's head. So if it comes off the size you like for the sheep's head, you can go ahead and seal it up. Otherwise, you can adjust it by making it smaller, by pulling the loose end and then rolling it back up some more, or make it larger by unrolling it just a little bit. So that's up to you. I'm going to keep it about the size it was when it came off the quilling tool. So I'm going to seal it up by adding some glue to this loose end and then gently pressing it onto the rest of the paper. And we're going to leave that shape as a circle and set it aside. Then we'll take our other half of that black and cut that piece in half. And then we will put that one on our tool and roll it up into a circle and let it go. And we are going to make the sheep's ears. So we're going to go ahead and seal up our circle, and then we will pinch it into a teardrop shape. So just grab one spot and pinch, and that makes a little teardrop. So that will be one ear for our little sheep. We're going to make a second one just like that. Once we have both our ears, we're going to take our other strip of black and cut it into fourths. So I'll cut it in half and then cut those 2 halves in half. And now we're going to make our little sheep's legs. So we'll put it on the quilling tool, roll it up into a circle, then let it go. Go ahead and seal it up. And then we're going to almost squish it flat. So it'll be a bit of an oval. Almost squished flat, but not quite to be a leg. So we'll make 3 more of those. Once we have 4 very thin flat ovals, we can move on to our white. We are going to take both of our white strips and we're going to cut them into thirds. It doesn't have to be exact, but about thirds. So I kind of fold it so I can adjust it and see where about a third will be. And then cut them. And then we're going to cut all of these thirds in half. Once we have all of those cut in half, we should be left with 12 little white pieces. And we are just going to roll these up into loose circles, and we're not even going to seal them up. And this is going to be the sheep's fluffy body. So we'll just let it go and take it right off and set it right down. And we'll do that for all 12 pieces. Once we have all of these pieces made, then we can just put our little sheep together and glue it onto the page. So we can start with the head. I'm going to take my little ears. You don't have to do this step, but it just makes it stay together a little bit better. I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on the edge here of the teardrop where it connects to the head. Just kind of glue those pieces on. Then I can add some school glue to the back of them and pick a spot to add that to our barnyard scene. Then we're going to go ahead and take all of our little white circles and just start gluing them around to form a little kind of oval shaped fluffy sheep body. Now once you glue them on, if you want to adjust the way they are, you can. Or you can leave them just how you put them on. That is up to you. Then we'll take our little legs once we're happy with how the body looks, and we'll just add them right in at the bottom of the body. Making our little feet sticking out from the bottom of this fluffy sheep body. So I'm going to make them at little angles, like an inverted V, where the point touches between the first and second roll of the sheep's body and between the last two. Then all that's left is to add our little sheep's eyes. So we're going to grab our googly eyes and add them on to our little face. And once our little eyes are added, then we have our adorable little fluffy sheep. And that is our quilt creation for this week. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next week to add another animal to our farm scene. Bye.